Okay, so we're going to continue working on the short. So I'm going to select the whole object here. To do that, just make sure you're in object mode after right-clicking. Now I kind of want to, I don't like the way that this looks because it has sort of a seam here. I'm going to select this vertex. I want to just move it down a little bit. Okay, now to get rid of this seam, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into edge loop mode. Because don't forget, the reason we put that there, well, that happened when we extruded it because we needed some space between the two pant legs that we're going to make, or the short, for the shorts. And I just pull that in there. So it looks a little bit more natural. You could almost imagine the fabric being sewed together there. Jump back in with this vertex. I moved it down preemptively. I didn't really need to do that, but I can also, what I can do is select these two outer vertices and then scale them in with that middle scale button on the scale tool there. Now I'm going to jump back into object mode. I want to extrude these shorts, so I'm going to extrude one side first. Or actually, yeah, so I could extrude both sides. I'll do one side, we'll mirror cut the other side, because we've done that for just about everything else in this tutorial series. So you really just want to work on one side of your geometry, and then, and then you'll just, basically make it symmetrical using the mirror cut tool. So we're going to jump backward and hit 1 on the keyboard. And I need to straighten this out now. So right now you'll see that if we were to try to insert an edge loop here, you'll see how it's all crooked there, like it's jagged. I don't want that. I want to actually move these vertices and whatever parts of the mesh I can to make this straight. So I'm just actually going to jump in and just do it, just line it up. I just want to make it a lot straighter than it is now. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but if it's not somewhat straight, then our geometry might sort of look unappealing, and I don't want that to happen. So we're going to have to pull these up here. And that's, look at how much nicer that looks and how much cleaner that looks just for the minimal amount of effort. And now when we drop in an edge loop, it looks so much nicer. But I'll hit Control Z. I don't want to drop an edge loop just yet. I'm gonna slightly, I want to make some slight modifications still. You don't have to be like perfectionist with it. Just because you want to make sure that the whole thing is somewhat straight and that you have good edge flow on your model. One other thing you could do, so after you pull up all these vertices, something else that I like to do is that I just want to get rid of all this geometry on the inside. We don't need all of these faces here to make our shorts the way we want them to. So I'll just select each of these unnecessary faces. And I just want to delete them. And now and that's good because a short, actual pair of shorts wouldn't have geometry there. You need a place for the leg to come out of. Now we could sort of round it off if we wanted to by selecting each vertex here and just pulling it out just a little bit. And I thought I saw a vertex over here being pulled by accident, but that might have just been some sort of like glare almost on the screen. And now I just want to maneuver those vertices to where I need them. Okay, now I'm going to select this edge loop, this entire edge loop, hit Control E to extrude the edges. I want to pull them out in the Z direction. Always pull out in the Z direction, but then scale back in. Now hit your move tool and you could pull down in the Y direction and out in the X direction. And select this edge loop, scale it out a little bit just to make it look like shorts. Okay. So I'm starting to like the way this is looking. If we smooth mesh preview it, you can see that by hitting the 3 on a keyboard, you see it's looking a lot more like shorts. I'll hit 1 again. I just want to add 1 edge loop there. That's it. Hit 3 again. It's starting to look really nice. In terms of actually looking like sort of a pair of shorts on our zombie. Now I want to really get down to the nitty gritty and just make sure I'm not deleting any faces on this side. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to literally split the geometry in half so we can do a nice clean mirror cut like we've done in the past. But for this, really be careful with your selection. Really double check, even triple check, because you don't want to mirror cut something and then realize, oh no, we have all these extra faces and it's a pain in the neck because it merges. If you have that merge option like I have, it'll merge them together and you'll be sitting there actually going through it and having to readjust merged faces. And believe me, that's not the way. It's very time consuming, and that's not the way you want to spend your time. You want to spend your time modeling and you make as little refinements and adjustments as possible. So if you can, just avoid it. I'll hit delete. Just make sure, yeah. So we missed a few edges. Actually, what I could do is I'm actually gonna come to object mode. I'm gonna move these off of the character. You could also go into the front view. You could jump into your 4 viewports here, which is smart too, because now this will actually give you. I'm just zooming in here with my middle mouse button. I'll actually hit space so that it takes up my whole view here, and I'll just select these, delete them. So we'll just delete it in pieces, and we don't even need this here. So we'll shift double click. See, so we did it a lot nicer and a lot faster. Now we'll hit that to go into perspective view again. That icon there. Move this in just a little bit. Okay. All right, I like the way that looks, and our mirror cut should work nice here. I'll move these back onto our guy, so he has half a pair of shorts right now. Smooth mesh preview by selecting the mesh. Oops, I accidentally hit 4 on my keyboard. If that ever happens to you, and it goes to wireframe mode, just hit 5 on your keyboard again. Now we're gonna go to mesh, mirror cut. Move this out in the Z there. We want to wait till the 2 meshes look like the vertices have merged. So let's take a look here. Oh, when the 2 meshes seem to, okay, they seem to come together there. And if we push it in even a little more, there's actually like sort of no seam there, which I really like. And now I just want to select this. I want to go to display, hide selection. Nice. Now in order to fix our shorts and finish them, just open up this hypershade here. And what I want to do is I just want to middle mouse button, click and drag the Lambert onto there, the default material that Maya adds again, and now select these shorts and just maneuver them to the middle here. And so I like the way that they came out. We could add a little bit more definition. We could also extrude them, which that's the last thing I want to do before the next tutorial. We'll just select all these faces here, just select the whole thing. Hit Control E on your keyboard and just give them a little bit of definition. Again, it's always good, in most cases at least, to not work with just one-sided geometry. Work with 2-sided geometry. Extrude it, give it a little bit of depth. Keep it thin if you need it to, though. And in the next tutorial, we'll go over the legs and the feet, and then we'll get to texturing.